I got an idea.
Uh-oh.
Now we got time to have an
Is that going to be in the shot, though?
No, it's fine though. We'll just put it at an angle. Yeah, put it on an angle. That way it's thin. It's razor thin now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
That's what we're doing. You really want to get...
Hey, it's Mel with Guys, Games, and Beer. We're still at Pittsburgh Gaming Expo, hanging out, and I'm here with...
Drunken Larry, and we're having a hell of a good time. This is super fun. And we're going to continue the interview cavalcade with...
Sean Patton. There's my beer opening up.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers. Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, no, I'm Sean. I'm Sean Patton. I'm happy to be here. I run a little company called Surprisingly Fun Games.
Whoa!
That's what I do. That's why I'm here, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's got to be it.
Makes perfect sense.
Well, tell us about the games.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're a small company. We've been around about 5 years. We got 2 games out right now. So I'm going to show you those games, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I know these are board games. You know, none of that digital stuff. Not right
we
now.
Love, we love tabletop.
Awesome. We got
it's
shaky,
good.
shaky. This is a game called Tin Spin. It's a game all about spinning dice. Because why just roll them when you can spin them? Am I right?
Okay.
I've spit them all the time.
Yeah, you got to spin them.
I love tops.
That's how it works.
Kind of
And
like
I've never
combo,
been
right?
rewarded, but maybe I will now.
No. Yeah, you'll be rewarded with gold cubes. Who doesn't want gold cubes?
I want to go
Yeah,
cube.
you got to have gold cubes.
Can I see inside?
Yeah, you can see inside. Let's crack this open right now. We're gonna try not to spill everything, but look how shiny that is. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Wow.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh, is that a rocket
I
ship?
feel like this is
Is it-
something you can put in your pocket and
Wow.
take to the bar.
Larry,
Yes.
look how pretty that is.
Yes.
Dang.
In fact, I did a lot of my playtesting at bars, and I'll tell you why. First of
Okay.
all, people are there to have fun. But second of
Yeah,
all,
that helps.
when you're spinning dice, there's a tendency for them to fall off the table and onto the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But what happens then? People all take out their cell phones, they turn on their flashlights, and they start to look. And what does that do? Everyone's like, "What are they doing over there?" It's like a rave over there with cell phone flashlights.
Okay.
They come over now. They want to play too. It's actually really great. It's really you lose a few dice, but overall you get a big crowd. It's a good time.
Okay.
It's a
And
good
how
time.
many players? A maximum of 6?
This is a 2 to 6.
2 to
yeah,
6,
very
okay.
flexible.
So how does it actually work?
Yeah. So you've got 7 different kinds of dice. Okay. Now most of the time, on your turn, you have a choice to make. You can roll or spin. Okay. Now,
All right.
why would you roll? Why would you spin? Well, let's talk a little about that. Now, you guys are familiar with different dice, right? You got 4-sided die. We got 6-sided die.
Yeah.
Now, if you roll a 4-sided die, you're trying to get a 1, 2, or 3. Very easy to do with a 4-sided die. A little harder to do, of course, with a 20-sided die, right?
Right.
Now, there's also some dice in between. We got the rocket ship. This is a D6. Very
That's
cool.
a very specialized.
It's a very
dice.
special die, only in this
I
game.
need that die.
Now, you also got the D8, you got a D10, you got a D12.
Okay.
It turns out that the lower the number of sides, the easier it is to roll a 1, 2, or 3. And the higher number of sides, the easier it is to spin the dice. So
Fair.
your choices are
Okay.
roll or spin. If you roll and you get a 1, 2, or 3, you get a golden cube. If you choose spin, you count down. 3, 2, 1, spin. Everybody spins. If you spin the longest, you get 2 golden cubes.
Oh.
So there you
So
go.
it's not. Doesn't matter what it lands on.
Doesn't matter what it lands on for the
But
base
as long
game.
as it stays.
As long as it stays
Upright.
spinning, the longest, exactly. Now, the other thing you got going is you got the swap die. And this is a die that swaps the other dice around.
Okay.
So if you start with one die, you're not going to be with that die for very long, because at the end of every turn, you roll the swap die.
Is the die selection random?
It is. Well,
Okay.
the initial selection, you actually spin the tin,
Uh,
because it's called tin spin. And whoever the tornado on the cover, whoever the tornado points to, that's who goes first. That's who gets to choose their die first.
okay, cool.
There you go. Yeah, you do use every part of it. You got to spin the tin.
Very fun.
But the swap die it does things like everybody pass to the left, everybody pass to the right, pick any die you want, swap with a tin, or even nope,
Interesting.
nothing happens.
Okay.
But the dice are moving around, you're spinning, you're rolling, you're earning golden cubes, and the first to get 5 wins the game. And that's the base
Okay.
game.
All right.
Now, is this your first game that you developed?
Now,
Yes.
And
this is the
what was
first
your
now,
board game.
inspiration?
do you have?
Oh.
I
I was like, what his
we
inspiration
have so
was?
many questions.
I love questions. So the inspiration, long time ago, over 20 years ago, I was in a class. It was a game design class, believe it or not.
Okay.
And the assignment was to make a game that used dice.
Okay.
And everybody was doing rolling, but I was like, you can do other things with dice. You can spin dice. And so
throw them at people.
You can
But
throw
that
them at
seems
people.
overly aggressive.
Some people did that. They made little things you got to build up and you throw the dice. But I
Okay.
chose spinning. And to
Okay.
this day, I think it is still the only dice game that uses spinning as a mechanic.
Interesting.
But, 20 years went by, and I was making video games in that time. I've been making video games for 22 years.
Yeah. Well, name one of them.
Name Among Us VR. There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
I
okay.
expect you to. I do a lot of VR games. We also do theme park attractions, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about board
Yeah,
games.
no, I get that, but I just want to. I'm checking your cachet.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. If you've been to a Disney park in the last 12 years, you've probably ridden on a ride I've worked on.
Oh, yeah, no, that's totally true, and I'm a total Disney-ophile.
I could definitely talk about Disney for a while.
Yeah.
I do all sorts of things.
Okay.
We do VR,
All right.
we do AR, we do theme
Yeah.
park attractions.
Okay.
But that's at my day job. This is my night job, which is surprisingly fun games. Anyway,
All right.
20 years later, I finally decide I want to do a Kickstarter with the company that I just made.
Okay.
And this is a relatively simple game, I thought at the time. Now, it turns out that I made it really hard because when you're making a board game, you got to have everything tested.
Yeah.
You got to go, make
Hey,
sure all the different
You know
colors, all
what?
the different
if
materials.
If a user can do it, they will.
They will.
Oh, no,
If they
exactly.
Can break it, they will.
Yeah, no, so it turns out by having 7 different color dice and golden cubes, it actually made it really hard for me to get this game tested. It cost a lot, but that's okay. It's all worth it.
Okay.
It's out there now. It's for sale. But that was the inspiration. I wanted to make a game with dice that doesn't use rolling, or
Okay.
doesn't use only rolling. There is
Yeah,
some rolling in
that's
the
so
game as
cool.
well, obviously. But yeah. Oh, and the Mix It Up card, you guys will like this. These are rules that you can add in to cater the game to your players.
Yeah.
They can
to
add
make
or
it super
subtract.
complex and not understandable.
If you want. But there's also, I got to point this out, there's gin spin.
Okay.
Now, it does, it can be your favorite drink, alcoholic or non.
Oh.
But, that modifies the game. There's some extra rules
We're
there.
gonna call that the beer spin.
Beer spin. That
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
I get those all the
a beer.
time.
I need the cheers with there. So there you go. All right. Beer spin. But yeah, so that's Tin Spin. Now there's another game. Do you want to learn
Yeah.
about the other
No,
game?
I want to learn about that because, to be honest, when I walked up in the vendor hall, I was drawn to the baker's hat.
Yes, I was wearing a baker. I'm sorry I'm not wearing it now.
I
But
know.
so the other game has to do with sweets and treats and baking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which was like, okay, yes, I want to know about that.
Absolutely. Well, I'm wearing a shirt. This shirt. The other game has combos that you can do, and this is the
Ah.
Sweet Math shirt. It shows all the different combos you can make.
Oh, it's
in the
not
game.
Like
That's
it's
so
not-
cute.
It's not telling me what I can't eat, right?
No, you can eat it all.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, maybe
It's
not
math.
the actual cards.
It's not real food,
This game does make you hungry, though.
does it?
I will warn you. It absolutely makes you hungry. This is called Sweet Deals. It's a game of sweet strategy, okay? And you're going to have different cards of different desserts, right? You got your cupcakes, your donuts, your strudel.
Nice.
You even got a mochi in there, a little Japanese dessert there. But the trick of this game is everyone has a hand of 7 cards, all right? And you're always going to have 7 cards. And of course, what do you want at the end of the game? You want the most points, right?
Right. Okay.
Now we're gonna pop out some cards here. I'm gonna show you some examples. But you've got you got your pie.
I can hold the microphone.
You can hold.
for
Oh, you want to?
Yep,
Okay,
there you go.
perfect. Yeah. So we got pie. We got even some combo cards like pie and ice cream, which is on my shirt, of course. Pie plus ice cream equals pie and ice cream. And the reason why that matters is you're trying to get multiples of the same type of dessert.
Okay.
And so if you got 2 of a kind, that's 4 points. 3 of a kind is 7. If you get up to 4 of a kind, that's a big bump up to 14 points.
Wow.
But it goes all the way up to 6. If you get 6 of a kind, you shout, "Sweet 6!" and the game ends immediately. Now, you may not win, though, because everyone is still going to score their hands.
Okay.
But the earlier a Sweet 6 is called, the more likely the Sweet 6 will win.
Right,
Later
no,
in the
that makes
game,
sense.
someone might have a 5 of a kind and a 2 of a kind, or a 4 of a kind and a 3
You
of a
might say,
kind.
"Sweet sis, suck it."
And then
Wow.
someone beats you with a 4 and a 3, and you feel really bad. That's
I know. It does bring as much pleasure as it will bring if you win. It
Yeah.
will be that much.
It's
when
entirely
you
possible.
lose.
Well, yeah, no, that can happen.
Okay.
Oh, I was so wrong.
No,
That's
no,
a
no,
very
but
cute game.
yeah, no, the art is stupendous. Actually, one of the backers.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
well with
I
the
just dropped those on the ground. I'll pick those up later. That's fine.
So
Got you.
with the dice game, the art was pretty simple.
Yes.
So we got a little more complex with the card games.
Yes.
So did you do the art?
No, I did not. However, here's an interesting story. So I did
Okay.
both of these as Kickstarters, right?
Yeah.
So Tin Spin was my first Kickstarter, and I was then working on Sweet Deals, and I knew I needed some good art
Yeah.
that I could not provide. I am not an
Right.
artist. I'm a game designer.
Okay.
And so I reached out to my
You're the brains.
I'm the brains. Well, yeah,
Okay.
sometimes,
All right.
more
All
or
right.
less.
All right.
But I reached out to my Tin Spin backers, and I said, hey, I'm working on a second game. If any of you guys know an artist, let me know. And so actually Tanya Wellington, the amazing artist who did the Sweet Deals art, is the sister of one of my Tin Spin backers.
Okay.
So it's all within the family, man.
Nice.
Yeah, it worked
that's
out very
awesome.
nicely.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
yeah.
it's got a cute flavor to it in the artwork.
Oh, flavor. Did you use that because it's got desserts flavor? No? Yeah,
I
that was
totally
that was a
did
good
that.
one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the way the game works, everyone has a hand of 7 cards, and you want to get multiple. So how do you do that? Well, you have to bid on them. But the cards in your hand, the cards you're collecting, they're also your currency, your money.
Right.
So if you want to bid 2, you need a card worth 2 that you're willing to give away.
Right.
And so mid to late game, you get these really hard choices where like, well, I've been collecting ice cream, but there's been a lot of people offering cookies. Should I switch the cookies, or should I, maybe try to get 4 cookies and 3 ice cream? And you're making these tough decisions about what you want to bid,
Right.
So,
and you're paying attention to everyone. Yeah, it's a really,
so I'm
really
gonna
great game.
say, I'm gonna talk about sometimes,
Yeah,
genius always finds genius, right? So I created a game
I'm ready.
that also utilizes the cards as also
Multiple.
an element and a currency. Yeah,
It's a
That's
good
true.
Genius
move. It's a
finds
good
genius.
move. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, the reason I designed this game was my wife has a big family. We do a lot of holiday dinners, right?
Yeah.
Everybody gets a nice meal,
Sure.
but then they start to separate. Some people are on the couch, some people are in the kitchen, some are still at the table.
The game's on.
If it's
whatever.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
most of them
Exactly.
are on the couch.
I know, they're falling
Yeah.
asleep. But I want to play a board game. I'm like, hey, come back to the table, let's play a board game. No one wants to
No one
move, they're
wants
bringing
to.
out their phones, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, I need a game where I can just hand someone a set of 7 cards and be like, look, you're playing this game.
Yeah.
And that's what you can do. You don't need to be at the central table. As long as you have one kid energetic enough to run the trades. All the trades are 1 for 1, right? So if you're offering strudel, I'm in for a hot strudes. I'm going to bid 2 on it, right? And so if I'm the highest bidder, you just have a kid. If I'm sitting on the couch and you're in the kitchen,
My God, the mechanics are so
That's
close.
so
yes.
good.
No, they bring the card from you to me, and that's all you need. You can stay where you're sitting with your beer on the couch.
That's unusual.
It's unusual.
Yeah.
I do love lazy mechanics.
This is the game, man. I play this on planes. I play this on
Wow.
trains. I play this at camping trips. You don't need a table. I play this waiting in line at conventions like this one, because you just put the draw pile. You're rarely drawing. You only draw if no one wants your dessert. So it's very rare.
And it's rare. Yeah.
And it's rare.
Yeah.
So you have that in your shirt pocket. You can play literally standing in line. As the
I
line
ain't
moves, you're still
taking
playing a
your
I love
game.
Dunkin'
that.
Donut.
No, it's you can play it at Dunkin' Donuts. I play this, waiting in line at PAX Unplugged, PGX, any conference you go to.
Okay. Okay.
It's a great, very versatile game. 1 to 8 players.
Fun.
Yeah, it's so good.
I wonder about that.
Tell me more.
Have you thought about corporate sponsorship?
I shot.
I feel like it's like Baskin. So almost every Dunkin' Donuts now is also a Baskin Robbins. So I
Yeah.
feel like this card game.
It's
could be
basically
so
ice cream and
great.
donuts.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
basically
Dunkin' Donuts or Baskin
basically
Robbins.
Just
D&D.
they want to
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
And
Wait a minute,
Reach
the
out to me.
disembodied
Some
voice is
bank.
going to cut it on this one. Look, they got Alfred Hitchcock to do one for Toyota,
Oh,
okay?
that was so long ago.
In Japan.
He just wants to talk about that.
I did.
Who doesn't? That's
Disembodied
just
voice.
the
I'm out of
weirdest
here.
thing ever. We'll share that with you later.
No. Oh yeah. I'm happy to learn.
So
But
where
yeah.
can people find your games?
Oh, so right now they're in local brick and mortar game stores. If they're not in your store, have them reach out to me at
Okay.
Sean at surprisinglyfungames.com.
No online presence?
Yes, they're also available online.
Ah.
Surprisinglyfungames.com You can purchase them there. They're also coming to Amazon soon. They're not quite there yet.
Excellent.
But surprisinglyfungames.com and your local brick and mortar. I love to support the local stores.
Yeah,
So if your store doesn't carry it, have them reach out to me. We'll get it set up.
Yeah, like Gnome Games in Green Bay area.
There you go. Yeah, you guys are from Wisconsin, right? You gotta have
Or
them reach out.
Sanctum
out.
and
And
Racine,
Racine,
yeah.
where
So
this
a
podcast is
couple
from.
local ones. We have a pretty,
Yeah.
coming from Wisconsin, the birthplace of D&D. We
Please.
we have actually a pretty strong gaming community.
I bet you
yeah.
do. I bet you do. Yeah, no, so wherever I travel, I got stores out in California, down in Texas, here in Pittsburgh, of course, up and down the East Coast because I travel for vacation. I basically spread it around like Johnny Appleseeds. But I'm always looking for more
Wait,
retailers.
Do they get a different flavor when they go to a different place?
No.
Depending
It's
on the
all,
ground you plant in.
that would happen. We're all over the place.
It's all good gaming.
It's all good gaming.
All
Exactly.
right. Well, we'll see you again on the next interview. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you later.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here.